Hello folks, it's the American Collector, and today I'm showing you every single movie accurate Pizza Planet alien. These are all featured throughout the movies and theme parks. Today I'll begin with, of course, the classics. The Thinkway Toys version that is movie accurate of the three different aliens. These are all the three different versions, at least, of course, that come with the sets throughout the years. I don't know exactly what version this is, but it is the signature collection most likely. Of course, I would recommend getting these because we don't know if Thinkway Toys is still in business. So that is something to be concerned about currently because they are a nice detail. I do recommend, I mean, they're quite sturdy. They are good, thick plastic. I know they're not fully movie accurate. They're not made out of rubber, but to tell you the truth, you don't need them to be made out of rubber when you think about it because the quality is just gonna get worse. You know, rubber doesn't look as good after a few years. So I would say they're really good quality. I know the paint quality sometimes gets bad, but if you don't, if you're not rough on them, personally, I never played with these. I bought these years ago. So, I mean, pretty good paint quality. I mean, they haven't really gotten so bad to the point, I mean, again, don't give these to a little kid because, I mean, they're discontinued now. I mean, they're $40 on eBay currently. So I recommend buying them as soon as you can, at least, because we don't know if Thinkway Toys is coming back. Maybe they'll come back for Toy Story 5. Maybe Disney will come up with something that's movie accurate, but we just don't know currently. So next we're moving on to the stuff that is currently for sale. Now, both of these items are at the Disney parks. The Alien Swirling Saucers pullback toy that is only sold at Walt Disney World, I believe. And then we have the Bucket of Aliens. That's been around for a long time. There's different versions of packages, but this is the current version that is sold at Disneyland and Disney World. They might be sold at other parks, but at least to my knowledge, they're only sold at the US parks, at least this version, since it does seem to be the American version. I'll check for you. Yes, that looks like the American park logo currently. Maybe I'm wrong. But it also does say Euro Disney on there. So Disney Store EU, Shop Disney. So it does seem like they do sell this almost everywhere. At least Europe and Canada and probably Mexico. So at least maybe, but most likely it is not on Shop Disney. Okay, so do not, I've looked before, they have never had it on Shop Disney, at least currently, at least the past few years, even during the Toy Story 4. Maybe Toy Story 3, very unlikely. This thing has been a park exclusive for a very long time. Maybe it's sold in the stores in Europe online. I will have to check about that, but at least currently, your only way is through the Disney parks, at least in the US. Maybe it's different in Canada. I mean, it does seem weird that it does say Disney Canada Inc. So maybe it's different. But then next, again, with these Bucket of Aliens, they do have different versions. I mean, they look pretty good. They look pretty scaled when comparing to the Alien Swirling Saucers pullback. They do seem to be the same material somewhat. And also, they fit on the Swirling Saucers vehicle very well, as you can see. These are all scaled right. These are all the toys Andy would have. So if you are an Andy's collector, I do recommend getting these, of course. So retail for the Bucket of Aliens is $20. So that's reasonable for a Disney Parks merchandise. That's pretty pricey. It also comes with a rocket display. So if you want that with your display, it's pretty nice. But like if you're making a Toy Story display, this is really good, especially an Andy's display. So yes, they are featured in Andy's backyard. These may be featured in Toy Story Mania, but I don't believe so. But yes, these are on the outside, at least at Toy Story Lands. All these little guys. So they're kind of nice to populate your Toy Story display. That's what I have done before. I just got these recently, so yes. And then these pullback toys, they're really nicely detailed. The swirling saucers are. Of course, the alien is really painted well, much better. These guys are pretty much equal. I know their skin tone seems a little different, as you can see. They did retail for $10, and they do have the same logo, so it does seem as though they are Disney World exclusive. They do not sell them at Disneyland. So if you would like to get these, I would recommend, if you're ever at Disney World, pick them up. There's 3 versions. They're all $10. Disney Pixar, made in China, of course. They're really nice. I mean, that's kind of a nice Easter egg right there, the 3 eyes. I mean, it's just, they've really done some nice, they're really detailed. They've always been detailed, these pullback toys. They're really nice. I've never had a bad experience. I mean, again, it's probably not work. It does work, as you can see, you heard it. But I mean, they're really detailed. I mean, the paint's really good on these. And of course, there's 3 versions, as I said. There's only 3 versions, at least currently. They're nice colors. I mean, the Imagines on there are just amazing. I mean, I'd say for a $10 toy at Disney. I mean, look at that paint. That's pretty good. I mean, it's a pretty good piece of merchandise. I gotta admit, like the paint and everything, it looks just like the vehicle. Personally, I never rode the ride because I believe it broke down the day I was at Hollywood Studios. Quite a few rides were breaking down. But yeah, they're just amazing. I mean, and these guys can fit on here. I have tested Toy Soldiers. They do work. Fisher-Price Little People do too. They're both, you know, featured in the Toy Story films and other things, of course. So, and I mean, just look at that. That paint detail is pretty amazing for a Disney park toy these days. I mean, just look at that. I mean, at the bottom even, I mean, come on. You will not see something like this again, you know. And I mean, these guys are pretty well done. I mean, they're even more accurate than these aliens. That is the only nitpick I've got to say about these, is that green color is a little too dark somewhat, but I believe it's accurate to the ride. Maybe. So, but then again, this is the color it's supposed to be, so maybe it's just the Florida sun, possibly. Very unlikely, because I bought these in the store at actually Disney Springs. Yes, they're actually available at Disney Springs. I don't know if they're anywhere else throughout the resort. Most likely Hollywood Studios and Disney Springs. So I would try not to waste time with that. But these guys, of course, are available probably every theme park. But most likely Magic Kingdom, Disney Springs, and Hollywood Studios. And those are the major Toy Story places for attractions, as you can see. They also make, I believe, a popcorn bucket and maybe a wind-up of Toy Story Mania. But I don't think it's the right size. So I would recommend, these are the only actually park size for Toy Story movie accurate vehicles for Toy Story Land, I think, out of any of them actually. So I would recommend, again, getting these because they might get discontinued. It wouldn't surprise me in the next few years, you know. So see you later, folks.